Rodri, arguably the most unsung hero of Manchester City's extraordinary season for the ages, scored the goal that settled a nervy Champions League final and delivered Pep Guardiola his ultimate prize. It also guaranteed City the first treble in English football history since Manchester United achieved it in 1999, of course. But Guardiola and his club's Abu Dhabi owners have made no secret of their yearning to capture European football's ultimate prize, and here, in Istanbul, the legendary coach finally delivered, winning his third Champions League title a dozen years after his last. They did so without Kevin De Bruyne, off injured after barely a half hour, and with prolific striker Erling Haaland barely enjoying a sight of goal. But, with owner Sheikh Mansour watching City in person, for just the second time since he bought the club in 2008, Rodri was the man for the occasion. He struck a superb 16-yard finish on 68 minutes, after an incisive Manuel Akanji pass allowed Bernardo Silva to pull the ball back from the byline for his midfield teammate. The goal came on Rodri's 56th appearance of the season for Guardiola, an indication of just how important the defensive midfielder has been to City's treble success. Indeed, only one player in Guardiola's managerial career has played more games in a single season than Rodri's 56, the 57 appearances Lionel Messi made for him in Barcelona in 2012. There was a moment of amazing drama, with just 2 minutes left, when Robin Gosens headed into the area where fellow sub Romelu Lukaku saw a 5-yard header somehow saved on the goal line by Ederson and his outstretched leg. And deep in injury time, Ederson did it again. He punched a Gosens header off the line with the last touch of the season. But, as might have been expected given the high stakes in play at the Atatürk Stadium, this was far from a classic performance from City, and certainly not a memorable European final. City struggled to find their free-flowing, devil-may-care style of football that has swept all before them at home, and in Europe, this season, and they were not helped by the loss of De Bruyne after just over half an hour. It was the only chance a well-disciplined and aggressive Inter side allowed City in the opening hour plus, as they stifled the Premier League champions in impressive fashion. And the frustration was getting to City, with Ederson misplacing a couple of passes out of his area, including one which Nicola Bella hit first time, well wide of the open net from over 25 yards. It was a rare threat on the City goal, with Inter content to try and lure opponents into a mistake, and while it was a tactic from manager Simone Inzaghi which his team executed superbly, it hardly made for an open or memorable final. A mistake by Onana soon after the restart gifted the ball to Silva, who was unable to capitalize, and there was no instant improvement from Guardiola's side. Former Manchester United striker Lukaku was thrown on before the hour, for exhausted veteran Edin Dzeko, the ex-City striker who had worked hard but been a non-factor in attack. And Inter almost enjoyed an instant boost when Ederson and Akanji miscommunicated in dealing with a back pass and Lautaro Martinez chased in, forcing the City keeper into his first save of the night. But, just as the English side looked to be running out of ideas, Rodri's goal changed the complexion of the tie, and English football history. Not that there wasn't drama to survive. Within 2 minutes, Federico Di Marco headed against the crossbar from 6 yards and headed a follow-up attempt at his teammate Lukaku. And Lukaku and Foden had shooting chances at both ends which they planted directly at the respective keepers.